So before I begin, let me ask a really random question. Do you ever wish there was just a little more calm in your day? I know, yes, that's me too. Well, that's why I've been working on something special. A place where noise fades. You're going to get ad-free episodes, some bonus reflections, and quiet moments made just for you. And it's almost here. I'm so excited. I've been working on this for quite a while behind the scenes. Starting the second week of February 2025, I'm launching something new, and I would love for you to be a part of it. If you want first access, make sure that you have signed up for my email list at calmdownpodcast.com. And if you're not following along on social media, which it's okay to take a break, now is the time, because you're not going to want to miss this. Not all social media is bad, but boundaries are definitely good. Now, you've asked for more calm. You've asked for more ways to connect and just be a part of what we are building here at Calm It Down. And with everything happening in the world, it feels like right now is the time to begin. So stay close, sign up, keep your eyes on the screen, but just for the podcast, of course. And let's turn the outer chaos into an inner oasis of calm together. Stay tuned. I'm so excited. And now, on with the show. Have you ever had someone try to help you parallel park? You know what I mean, right? That moment when a well-meaning person starts waving their arms, giving directions, and then suddenly what was already stressful becomes 10 times more complicated. Their intentions are good, they are, but somehow their help, oh my gosh, it just makes everything so much harder. Or maybe you've been on the other side, right? Watching someone struggle with something that seems just simple to fix, right? Fighting the urge to step in and just do it for them. We've all been there, especially as a parent, right? Caught between wanting to help and then wondering if we should just hold back. Well, speaking of help, that isn't always hopeful. I see this play out daily with my two boys. One of them is 14, the other is 11, and they are completely opposite when it comes to help. The older one is always eager to jump in and just assist his younger brother, offering suggestions and solutions at every turn. The problem is, the 11-year-old, he is fiercely independent, pretending to figure things out on his own, even if it means taking the longer and much more difficult path. Now, I watch this play out almost daily. I'm just trying to help, the 14-year-old will say. And frustration begins to creep into his voice as his brother just turns around with another well-meaning offer, but I don't want your help. The 11-year-old responds, equally frustrated at what he perceives as interference rather than help. Now, neither of them are wrong. They're not. One shows his love through helping, while the other finds growth through independence. It's a daily reminder that help, even when coming from the purest intentions, it isn't one size fits all. What feels like support to one can feel like interference to another. So this got me thinking about how often we encounter this in life. When help, despite coming from a good place, it's not really helpful. And sometimes it even leaves us feeling worse than before. Whether it's unsolicited advice or someone taking over a task we wanted to do ourselves, or maybe just support that doesn't quite match what we need. We've all been on both sides of this, have we not? So today, let's explore why help sometimes misses the mark and how to recognize when our own helping efforts might not be serving others. And most importantly, how to create space for the kind of support that really does make a difference. I'm Chad Lawson, and let's calm it down in 3, 2, 1. And so first, let's start by acknowledging something really important. Most people who offer help, they really want to make things better. They see someone struggling or hurting, and their instinct is to jump in and fix it. I mean, that impulse, it comes from a really beautiful place, right? Empathy, caring, connection. But sometimes in our rush to help, we miss some really important signals about what the other person actually needs. Maybe they just want to be heard, not advised. Maybe they need to work through something on their own to build confidence. Maybe our help is actually, undermining their independence or even, their healing process. Think about a time when you were learning something difficult, right? Something new, right? Maybe it was riding a bike or learning a new piece of music or just something. While guidance and support definitely were necessary, you also needed space to wobble. You needed to fail, and you needed to figure things out for yourself. Those struggles, they were an essential part of your growth, right? Sometimes you just have to fall to learn how to ride the bike. Well, the same principle applies to emotional challenges. When someone shares their pain or their problems with us, our first instinct is to offer solutions or to try to make it better. But sometimes the most helpful thing we can do is just create a safe space for them to feel their feelings without trying to fix anything. Did you hear that? Sometimes the most helpful thing that we can do is just create a safe space for them, to let them feel their feelings and just not trying to fix anything. Here, let's do a brief exercise together. If you are in a safe space, close your eyes. Think of a recent time when you were upset or when you were struggling. Okay? Now, I want you to imagine 2 scenarios. In the first, someone immediately jumps in with some advice and solutions, trying to solve your problem right away. But in the second instance, someone just simply sits with you. They just listen to you. And they say, I hear you. This is really hard. But I'm here. Notice how each scenario makes your body feel, right? Which response allows you to feel more seen, more supported, more validated, to be honest, in your own experience. Which then brings us to a really important truth. Sometimes the most helpful thing that we can do is nothing except be present. Not fixing, not advising, not taking over, just being there. Just creating that safe space for whatever needs to come out of it. But how do we know when to help and when to hold back? It's something I'm trying to teach my 14-year-old. Well, here are some things to consider. First, you have to ask yourself, who is this help really serving? Oh, mercy. That's a hard question to answer. Am I right? Who is this help really serving? Sometimes in our eagerness to help, it's more about managing our own discomfort with someone else's struggle than about what they truly need. And then second, when someone shares a problem, try asking, hey, do you want my advice or do you just need me to listen? Because that simple question can prevent so much unintended harm. You care for this person. You're wanting to help, right? And a lot of times, well, I take that back. Often, it's unintentional, this harm is. So asking this question, do you want my advice? Or do you just need me to listen? And then third, notice if your help maintains the other person's dignity, their autonomy, or if it just creates dependency and undermines their confidence. This is especially with kids. I'm going to say that one again. I think I need to hear it my own self. When we offer help, right, is it taking away their dignity? Is it removing their ability to own that space, right? Or are we creating a dependency? Are we enabling something that we shouldn't really be enabling? Because when we do this, there's not that flex for them to learn confidence. And then finally, just simply pay attention. Be aware. Pay attention to whether your help is actually being received. Are they pulling away? Are they frustrated? Because these might be signs that your support isn't really matching what they need at that moment. So this week, I want to challenge you to practice what I call mindful helping. Before jumping in to help someone, just pause and take 3 deep breaths. And in that space, I want you to ask yourself these questions. What is this person actually asking for? I'll say that again. What is this person actually asking for? The second question to ask yourself, am I making assumptions about what they need? Am I making assumptions about what they need? And then finally, how can I support them while honoring them? How can I support them while honoring them? Their confidence, their dignity, their autonomy. Because sometimes the most powerful help that we can offer is simply saying, you know what? I believe in you. I'm here if you need me. And then stepping back and letting them find their own way. Do you remember my boys from earlier? The other day, I noticed my older son. He was taking a different approach. Instead of jumping in with the solutions, like he always does, he's learned to pause and ask, hey, do you want any help with that? Oh my gosh, as a dad, I was just like almost in tears. Do you want any help with that? Sometimes the answer is still no, but now there's understanding rather than frustration. He's learned that support can take many forms. Sometimes it's helping, and sometimes it's just being present while his brother figures out things on his own. And that's the kind of help that really, truly serves. Help that sees the whole person, not just the surface need. It's help that creates connection rather than dependency. And it's help that empowers rather than diminishes. And so as we close, I want you to know that it's okay to set boundaries around help, both giving and receiving. It's okay to say, thank you, but this is something I need to do on my own. And it's also okay to ask, hey, would you like my help with this? Before jumping in. It's okay to pause. And it's okay to make sure your helping impulse is truly serving the better good. So this week, give those 3 questions a try. What is this person actually asking for? Am I making assumptions about what they need? And then how can I support them while honoring them? Thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for living. And one more quick reminder, make sure you sign up for the email list at calmitdownpodcast.com. And then also on the social media, following me at Calm It Down Podcast, or also Chad Lawson, anywhere if you'd like. Until next time, be kind to your mind. And join me again as we calm it down. To find more episodes of Calm It Down, see where I may be appearing in your area, or just simply want to know where to send me some chocolate chip cookies, visit calmitdownpodcast.com. This podcast was written and produced by yours truly, Chad Lawson, composer, pianist, and nationally recognized sweet tooth. The views, expressions, and techniques in this episode are of my personal opinion and not intended, nor should they, serve as a substitute for medical advice or diagnosis rendered to you by your individual doctor or other healthcare provider. Only a licensed physician should evaluate your situation, provide a diagnosis, or render other medical advice to you, and you should only act upon the advice of this physician. Now, I'm an extreme empath by nature, but my profession is that of a composer and pianist, not a licensed therapist or physician. I hear from thousands of listeners how my music has helped them through various stages of emotional needs, and I simply want to offer this in future podcast episodes to aid those needs. So to find a list of licensed professionals in your area, please visit calmitdownpodcast.com. And if you've enjoyed today's episode, please leave a review, or better yet, share it with a friend. While it takes less than 60 seconds to do, its impact will last for years to come, as every little bit helps in growing the awareness and the importance of mental and emotional health. Thank you for listening. Thank you for living. And until next time, be kind to your mind and join me again as we calm it down.